Hey guys, hope you all crispy and crunchy. It's CerealMaty here, and welcome back to Doki Doki Love and Literature. And I apologize for my enthusiasm today, but I so want to record this video, and I don't know why, but hey, that's a good thing. Yeah, it's time for chapter 5 of Didilal, which is called Poems Are Forever. We will be together till the end of time. I'm a master at this rhyme. Fucking great! Okay. Before I get too ahead of myself in praising me or whatever, I'm gonna just start. 1:23 a.m. Jeez, you wake up in the morning, very early in the morning, or what's the case? Oh, you probably worked until late, and now it's that specific late. The dim light of my desk lamp reflected across the walls of my room, the only real source of light coming in except for the street lamps outside. The doors leading out to the hallway and my bathroom were shut, and I was, once again, the only person in the house. On my desk, a few bottles of Remune soda sat empty, my bag dangling open on my chair, hanging by a strap. I was laying down on my twin-size bed, head up against the wall. A thin yellow pad and ballpoint pen laid in my lap. The page I had opened was scrawled with several bullet points and various doodles. The corner of the paper slightly dozered, probably wrong, from toying with them. A half-empty strawberry Remune bottle and a dirty bowl from supper, minced vegetable dish. Thank you for explaining this one, damn! Sat lying on my nightstand. Plugged up to the wall was a tiny white plastic radio, a 1970s model with no clock, a mail-in Christmas gift from my American aunt overseas, softly playing dramatic orchestra music. Orchestra? Damn. You're a man of culture. Literally. I thudded my head against the wall inside. I had followed Monica's advice from today's club meeting and turned off my laptop and phone hours ago. Except for my radio, on the concept some background music would help get the juices flowing. Some orange juice, damn. Since I got home, it was just me and my thoughts. I contemplated inviting Sayori over to brainstorm our final poems together, but tossed the idea aside. She probably wouldn't feel like going out anywhere anyway, preferring to sleep in like she normally does. I stared across the room, fixated on the tiny wastebasket tucked into the corner. To the brim it was filled with crumpled up yellow papers, various sketches and ideas scrawled on them. All rejects. As I started at the ball of rash piled up, I felt my emotions grow more. Disgusted. Maybe not disgusted, but upset. Upset at myself for not being smart enough to come up with a decent poem by now. I clicked my pen over and over in annoyance. I glanced down at the yellow pad again and tossed it aside. I need some air, I thought to myself. I got up from my bed and walked to my window, moving aside a few books sitting on the windowsill to prevent them from falling outside. I snatched the last Remune bottle from my desk and popped it open, forgetting I already had one open. I unlatched the window locks and propped it open, whatever open means. The rain was reduced to a light drizzle, faintly sprinkling on my shirt sleeves and hair. Very refreshing, I must say. I mean, at 1:23 a.m. it's probably a bit freezing, but whatever you want. I took a sip from my Remune bottle and looked across the neighborhood. The pagoda-inspired rooftops were neatly organized, a tightly designed grid extending as far as my eyes could see. Usual urban life sounds, a dog barking, cars driving by, crickets, filled my ears. A dog barking? At almost 1:30 in the morning? I mean, some people are crazy, I won't deny that, but I don't know if they really are that crazy. Some 12 miles away past the river, the faint outline of the downtown Tokyo's skyline was visible, the bright lights shining through the fox haze. So we're near Tokyo, that's good to know. Wait, what was our town called? Ichikawa? It said it in the last episode or the episode before, I can't remember. I think 2 episodes ago, it doesn't matter anyway. The majestic Tokyo Skytree, the tallest structure in Japan at 80 feet tall. 80 feet tall for the record, gleamed through the night with a smaller, more homely Tokyo tower nearby. I thought it was built 2080, not 18, which would be weird because that means this would play 60 years in the future or even further. Weird to think about. If I squinted, I could just make out the thin outline of Mount Fuji, the white capped god damn it, pronunciation, mountain looming over the city. I sighed. This was going to be harder than I thought. But what was I expecting? Love poems have never been my forte. Hell, love in general is something I've always treated on a thin line on. All the ideas I had developed these past few hours, including the one I had when I watched Natsuki leave, were okay, but they all felt too crass and cliche. Like, it was something just written on a whim, a last-minute essay during next period. No emotion or heart to it, just robotic. If I was writing a poem like this, I wanted to have soul. Whatever I wrote, it had to be good, great. The best damn poem I'd ever write. That's the perfect attitude. But please, as Monika says, keep your pen moving. It's gonna be the last one before we start working on the festival, Monika said. Question mark. Then make it the best. Only the best for Natsuki. I took a swig of my drink, letting the sweet flavors swish around in my mouth. A breeze blew in my face, and I felt a shudder rush up my spine, but not because of the cold. The question I had been dreading finally came to stare me in the face. What if she doesn't like it? Fuck. And to add that, what if she doesn't like me? Well, then, that's it then. She'd read the poem and catch the hint, be weirded out and probably tell Sayori, who'd tell Monika, who'd tell Yuri, and then the whole fucking town of Ichikawa and Tokyo, and 2 years later the whole fucking world would know. Yeah. No. Definitely not. Plus, why... I mean, you said you worried about her liking you, or if she actually likes you. Damn, man. She hugged you on her own accord last episode. Why would you do it if she didn't like you? So just think about that and you will grow confident, believe me. I'd be embarrassed out of the literature club, probably labeled a creep. He only joined just to get with one of us. Sayori would look down on me and try to slowly disassociate herself from me. Probably stop talking to me altogether, his for his side. Things would be incredibly awkward after. Then I'd have no choice but to go back to life as normal. Well, dude, now you're a bit exaggerating. I mean, okay, a poem can go wrong, can be off the mark, okay. Natsuki might be weirded out by a wrong interpreted poem, if she doesn't like it, which, seems not that likely. But, come on, that Sayori would actually disconnect herself from you? That's a bit too far, I think. Only talking to a few pre-existing friends, and once they found out, well, bye-bye social life. Found out about what? Oh, you wrote a poem. Oh my god, I don't want to be friends with you. Bye. Like, no, that's not very realistic. What a nightmare. Okay. I mean, okay. To be fair, it's, as I said, 1:30 in the morning. So your thoughts are pretty, your mind is racing. I know that feeling. You can't really stop it. You can't have clear mind. But yeah, another swig. Unless it's just all in my head, my brain over-exaggerating reality. Maybe. I didn't say that the last 2 minutes, or something like that. Fear taking root of my thoughts, amplifying the negatives while diminishing the positives. Well, while there is a chance she might not like it, there is also the chance she will. There you go, that's better. I tapped the bottle against the windowsill, listening to the glass gently. Clink, 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 clink. Suddenly a spark Wait. I thought trying to grasp this idea. Yes, this is perfect. Yes. I ducked my head inside and slammed the window shut. And let's go. Let's take the pen and make a burning mark inside the paper. Inside the paper? Paper is not that thick. The radio was playing a slow jazz cover, full of saxophone. Almost sounded like "How Deep Is Your Love," but I wasn't sure. I'm not sure if this is the right "How Deep Is Your Love" you meant, that the one I sang before. I swiped up my yellow notepad and pen, putting it down on my desk. I can't afford to lose this idea. Come on, yeah, write it down. I sat down at my desk, pushing aside the stacks of papers and books. Eagerly, I brandished my pen and began to write. An hour later, Jesus, I had a neatly written poem printed on a clean sheet of notepaper. I read and reread it again, going over the final details. With a smile, I decided that it was perfect. Well, about as perfect as it could get. Maybe Yuri wouldn't like how slightly lacking it was in sophisticated vocabulary, but then again, I didn't write it for her. Plus, you know, it's not all about sophisticated vocabulary. I'm not using sophisticated vocabulary too, mostly because I don't know most of the sophisticated words. So, yeah. There you go. In celebration, I powered on my phone and laptop and was greeted to a flurry of notifications. So Yuri probably writing, Matty. I didn't read that, fuck. I swiped through most of them, either unimportant or not worth spending a few minutes on. Thank you. Keep it down. It's moving up on its own, I swear. News reports, new episode updates for my favorite series. Nothing special. I yawned and glanced out the window from my chair. Go to bed, man. It's 2:30 in the morning. I didn't read that again. Doesn't matter. The inky blackness of the night persisted, with the moon's glare shining on traces of the clouds. On the traces of the clouds? The clouds! Fucking, ugh. A quiet, serene scene. I looked down and glanced at my phone's clock. Yep, there you go. 2:23 a.m. Christ, how long did I spend working on that poem? An hour, as I said before. It had to be at least several hours. Oh, maybe on and off work. Oh yeah. Adding that, probably 5 hours from before. However long it was, it has to be the most I've ever worked on anything, school related or not. I stretched my arms out, twisting to pop my back. Ah! Oh, it hurts. It hurts. The mere sound of this popping inside my head. I hate it. Oh, I like to crack my knuckles. That's okay, but back popping it. Stop it. If I ever meet some of you out there, please don't do that. I'm gonna run away. I swear I'll run away. After all that work, I was incredibly tired, yet I still had school in a few hours, and I had to give Sayori her wake-up call. You're going to oversleep, aren't you? I took a sip from my Ramune bottle, fighting to stay awake. I can sleep for a few hours and still wake up in the time in the morning. My mind managed to process. I lazily grabbed my phone and set up an alarm clock for 7:00 sharp. That's not how you say that. I stood up and walked over to my inviting bed, collapsing onto the neatly pressed sheets. That sounds comfy. Just a few hours of sleep. Then we'll show Natsuki the poem and everything will be fine. My world fell to black. A whoosh. Is it chapter 6? No! What the fuck? I woke up several hours later, the sunset glazing in through the window. Why is it the distorted version of this music? My mind was locked in a state of confusion before I realized I had slept through the day. I tried to call Sayori to let her know what happened, but it went straight to voicemail. I cursed and sat up on my bed. I should try going to her house and apologize for not showing up to the meeting, probably, or giving her an explanation so late, face to face. Nah, this fucking music. I mean, I love the normal version of it, but not this one. This is creeping me out, okay? This is not supposed to be a creepy game. It's a fanfiction. Please. Please stop it. I clicked to open my bedroom door. Stop it. Hello there. What the fuck? First of all, what the fuck? Second of all, where or how do you know where I live? Who told you? It wasn't me, I swear. I only know you for 3 days or something like that. The fuck? Yeah, Natsuki was standing in front of me, blah 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 blah. In her hand I saw a heavily damaged book. Scorch. Yeah, marks on the cover. Parfait girls? Natsuki. No! Stop it! Oh, it's a nightmare. I swear it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. You weren't at school today. We were all waiting for you, but you didn't show. I was waiting for you. You and I reading together was all I had to look forward to. You just had to rip the pleasure away from me. How could you do that? Are you listening to me, Matty? We're all sick freaks. That should be obvious by now. What the fuck is happening? Why are your eyes whiting out? But you don't hate me, Matty, do you? I would not hate you if you stopped doing it. Do you hate me? When I realized you weren't gonna come, I hid in the bathroom and cried. Is that what you want? For me to hurt more than I already am? This fucking music, what is this? How could you, Matty? Help me, please! Play with me! Help me! Crack, run. End? What? No! I told you it was a nightmare. It got me as fuck though! Still sensitive towards that kind of stuff. I hate it. I'm gonna slam my phone into the couch for 3 times and that's it. I gasped as my eyes snapped open, my alarm blinking, blaring in my ears. Wait, but why would you dream of an ending screen? Weird. I turned on my bed and hastily grabbed it with my sweaty hands, my eyes squinting at the bright screen. What the fuck? I kept saying this to myself, trying to understand the nightmare. You can't understand. It's a story that involves you and Natsuki, but another you and another Natsuki, or different Natsuki and different you. I ran my fingers through my hair, rubbing my eyes clear of gunk. Jesus, something is stuck inside my throat. Blah. Gross. I'm sorry for you to... yeah. Know that. What the ever-loving fuck was that? Why was Natsuki like that? Was there a meaning? No. And furthermore, what did she mean by hurt more than I already am? I shook the thoughts away. It was just a nightmare. All the stressing out caused it. I need to stop worrying. I tried to tell this to myself, but those ugly thoughts lingered. Don't keep them. I stepped into my bathroom to relieve myself. I finished up and reached into the shower to turn the water on. I slipped out of my clothes and still hoped. I hopped into the shower, dousing my hair in the hot jets of water. Can I see a sprite of you there? No. That's wrong. That's fucking wrong. What's wrong with me? That's a question. Water rushed over my body and put me at ease. By the time I had finished, I forgot all about the nightmare, to my relief. I dried myself off and went through with my usual morning routine. There you go. Got dressed, combed my hair, brushed my teeth, all that at the same time probably. I shoved my phone into my pocket and quietly stepped downstairs, trying not to wake my parents. I think I did a good job on that. Because they're not at home. Oh, they are at home. Yeah, of course. They only come home late at night. Very late at night, apparently. If they're not home at 2:23 a.m., then they're very, very, very late. Very late. Sorry, I forgot to add that. I turned on the oven light and turned the knob on one of the... there you go. I quietly pulled out a pan from the pantry and set it on the quickly heating stove. I turned and dug into the fridge, pulling out a 4-count carton of eggs and started pulling out other ingredients. I can hear the stuff clicking off and I return to its attention. I take 3 of the eggs from the container and crack them on the rim of the pan, hearing the sizzle pop of the egg mixed with the heat. Great! In a few minutes I had rice. No, I had a nice seasoned omelette on a plate ready to eat. Yeah, give me some. I took the other 2 omelettes I had made and put them in the fridge. A little surprise for my parents when I wake up. I quietly washed the dishes and replaced them in the drawers. I grab my plate and take a seat at the dining table, headphones in. I quickly devour my breakfast, scrolling through today's morning news. I glance up at the clock hanging up on the wall, resting above a portrait of myself, my mother, and my father. 7:33 a.m. Well, now would be a good time as ever to call her, I thought. Do it then. I take my plate upstairs and open my phone, tapping to the dialer. I punched in Sayori's cell. You know it. Yeah. I walked over to the window and took in the morning scenery. Outside, I could hear a few birds crying out their usual morning chorus. I pressed my phone to my ear with my shoulder, digging through my bag for my binder. The line clicked. A groggy female voice answered. Hello? Sayori, it's Matty. Silence. Sayori? Her voice returns, now chipper and bright. Oh, hi Matty. Hi Matty. Why did you call me this early? I paused. Did she really forget? Don't you remember from yesterday? I was going to give you a wake-up call every morning. I pull out my binder, solid black and stuffed with papers. Oh right, I almost forgot. I'll be down in a few minutes. Through the phone, I can hear a fosse running. I grab my poem from my desk and slide it into a holder. Cool, see you then. I hang up. I close my binder and stuff it back into my bag, right next to the Parfait Girls volume. Oh fuck. How did I forget I was supposed to read it yesterday so I could read with Natsuki after the club meeting? I grind my teeth in anger. Damn it. I shake my head. I can't just read it through the day and have it done by the time the club meeting starts. Sure, I might look dorky reading manga out in public, but I don't really care. It's important. I flick the lights off to my room and close the door, heading downstairs. Sniffle. Oh, that made it worse. I quietly open the front door and lock it behind me, walked into the gate. The convenience is that Sayori lives only a few doors down from me. A walk that takes less than a... I peer down the street. A girl rests up against the fencing, looking up at the sky. A dash of red in her orange-pink tinted hair. Brown blazer, blue skirt. Sayori. She glances in my direction, almost noticing me. Almost. Matty! She waves her arms excitedly, as if I can't see her. I chuckle and walk towards her, but she runs up to me and embraces me. I smile despite her eagerness. Nice to see you too, Sayori. Jesus. I awkwardly laugh. Great. Let's walk to school together. We start to walk to school, chatting indistinctly about schoolwork and other random stuff. We of course talk about the club, and Sayori brings up that the literature club has a group chat that I need to be added to now that I'm a member, which should be interesting to say the least. Blah 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 blah. That's the entrance. Hello. Reach the gates of the school and Sayori gives me another hug and says her goodbyes. She starts to run off before I can stop her. What's the rush? Oh, I forgot to tell you. I'm meeting with Monica this morning so we can discuss plans for the festival. I was supposed to meet her now, so I need to get there fast. I give her a look. Why can't I go? My mind traces back to Yuri and Natsuki. Are they going too? She pauses. Oh, well, it's a girls' evening. Morning, probably, because it's not evening yet. She tries to find her words. Private talk, you know? President and vice president talk. Well, tell y'all today at the meeting. We'll tell y'all. Anyway, I gotta go. She gives me a final wave before she darts off, dodging past the slow-moving students around her. I stand alone, still confused. President and Vice President talk? Wonder what that entails. I can't help but wonder if their talk is about me, in a bad way. About the events yesterday, perhaps. I shake those thoughts away. Sayori did say she would share their discussion with everyone else today. I'll just have to wait. Plus, if I didn't go with her, I wouldn't have the time to catch up on Parfait Girls. That's true. That's true, man. I walk through the main building, double-checking the campus map at the front doors. My eyes scan for the library. That's a library. Oh! Ooh! Whoa, that hit me! Whoa, that's... Wait a second. Oh. This got me grooving. Oh! Oh! I'm really sorry that I don't say anything, but you can listen to it yourselves. This is amazing. Okay, I think I just listened through this entire song, but I had to. It was too good to just stop somewhere in the middle and leave it at that. I'm not exaggerating. This is real, legitimate good stuff. Something I can relax to and I can really shut up for a moment. Oh, so good. But for now, I think with that music, it's a perfect way to end this episode here. And we're in the middle of chapter 5, I think. We're in school, as you can see. And next time we'll show Natsuki our perfect poem. I'll look forward to that. And excuse me, but I'm gonna relax the music a bit more. So I think you can tell me if you like this video somehow. And I'll see you all in the next video after I'm the most relaxed person, on this planet. See you then. Groovy boys.